I want to kind of talk about how the Texas Department of Criminal Justice is progressive in a way. And when I say TDC, I really mean the inmates there, right? Because it's the inmates that create the culture of progression in this area. They're very accepting of trans people and gay people in there, right? So a lot of people think they're going to go to prison and they're going to get raped and stuff. But the fact of the matter is, there's way too much free sex in prison to running around raping people. There's all kinds of gay guys that go in there, and there's different ways things kind of happen. It's a culture. It's weird. Like, so if you, and may sound vulgar, I'm not trying to be vulgar, but I'm being honest. So if you're a top, you're not gay. But if you're on bottom, you're gay. If you're feminine, you're gay. If you're masculine, you're not. There's a lot of trans people. I saw more trans people in the pen before this ever woke trans thing ever was a society thing. In the penitentiary, it's been there. It's been there for a very long time. There's guys that wiggle when they walk and act like a woman. I have been walking on the runs before in 11 building and stuff, and there's been a guy, he's like, well, let me sit down and tinkle, and you know, and the other guy is just talking to him just like he's a woman. And correctional officers will start to say, she went down that way. You know what I mean? Because our thought process starts to, we start getting indoctrinated into this culture too, right? So we'll say, well, she went that way or she went this way. And we're talking about a man that is feminine and as big of a deal as that is, it's extremely progressive, because those very same guys, those very same officers that would be like, hey, she went down that way or whatever, that talking about the inmate walked that way, a male inmate, on the outside, they would be completely, I'm not calling him a she, I'm not that. But you put them in the right circumstances and in the right environment, they calling them she. They are not a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Because the culture is different. What is accepted is different, And so in that sense, the inmates inside of the system have created an environment that is extremely progressive in that sense. There are some people that look down on them and yada yada, but trust me, if you're gay and you go to prison, you got no problem getting a boyfriend. Now keep in mind, there's no such thing as consensual sex in Texas. So if you get caught, you're in trouble. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like, there's way too many STDs and things floating around. There's no condoms in there. There wasn't any when I was in there. You know what I mean? Because they don't want to promote something that's absolutely against the rules in there. But it happens. There's guys, big gang banging guys, man, leaders of gangs, literally. I know a leader of a major gang that was gay. He would actually sit out on the 4-building rec yard with just him and his boyfriend on the weight bench after everybody had gone in or before everybody had come out, just spending time together. So there are male-on-male relationships in there, and I really hope people that, I hope people listen to this, because I don't think people understand, because a lot of the time guys think it's like, it's Oz, right? You're going to go in there and you'll get raped. Sometimes people do, that happens. And I hate it for those. It's terrible, bad thing that happens. But there's a lot of free sex running around in prison, and a lot of that doesn't really occur. When rape does occur, it's not about sex at all. It's about power. It's about control. And we know that though. All right. I'll holler at y'all.